afternoon and a very warm welcome to you. This is Afternoon Express. My name is Jeannie D.
And I'm Bonnie Mbudi. You look very summer ready today.
Thank you. I'm totally ready for summer. You know, I had the most amazing morning today. I went and hosted a conference for global leaders in the beauty industry.
Amazing.
And it was the most amazing morning because the auditorium was filled with women and the conversation went around women who are able to be really strong and empowering in business and also be mothers. And I'm just feeling super inspired and super loving for all of the mothers in the country today. And speaking of which, today we are actually chatting about babies, which I love. And more importantly,
that always makes me broody.
Gee whiz, you've got two children. Have you seen how broody
I'm trying to stop myself from having another one.
I've got 9 godchildren just so that I can stick my broodiness aside. But anyway, we actually are discussing quite a serious topic today about babies, and that is vaccines and having your baby vaccinated.
Yeah.
I know it's been quite topical lately, especially a lot of women in America. There's a whole movement with a lot of people electing not to vaccine their babies. And I mean, let us know how you feel about it.
Yeah.
Do you have you vaccinated your children? Do you decide not to? Why don't you give us a call on 089... What? 089 913 3728. You see, always gave my own phone number away.
Did you?
I need it to be Friday already.
We also chat to author Michael Howard, who's written a book called On the Fifth Night. It's a book about a man who loses his wife tragically to Huntington disease, which we're going to find out more about. Danilo's in the kitchen.
Indeed, I'm making the perfect dish for my kind of personality. It's always about cheese on the show today. Welcome, Afternoon Express. It's Danilo Cuesta here. I'm just really excited about Susie being with us in the loft, with us today because she's an expert in terms of creating products with really cool things. And Woolies has come back with a whole bunch of prizes.
Correct. We won over 65 awards for our dairy products this year, and we're really thrilled with that accolade. And it'd be great to cook with some of these amazing products today.
Amazing. So we have like quadruple cheese because Clem and myself and cheese. It's going to be one of those shows today.
I'm not. What? Where?
You're cheese. You're as cheesy as I am, and just admit it. Accept who you are. It's the first step towards recovery, Clem.
Okay, I am a little cheesy.
Okay, what are we making on the show today specifically with these?
We're making a croque-monsieur. Okay, like my ultimate sandwich ever. Okay. And Susie's going to tell us all about what goes into a croque-monsieur. And then cooking part 2, because we have to eat you twice. We're going to do an amazing pea and mint gnocchi.
Oh, delicious.
Gnocchi.
Ricotta gnocchi. Oh my God, Nonna, she's got to be so happy with the show today. So make sure you guys stay tuned right till the end because lots of deliciousness to come in the Afternoon Express kitchen. Let's kick off the show on the couch.
Keeping baby healthy and ensuring good development is every new mother's highest priority. From weightings and measurements to vaccines, there's a long list of things to tick off on the baby wellness checklist, I should know, which is why having a one-stop baby clinic really is the answer to you and your baby's happiness.
Welcome, Celia, to Afternoon Express. Now, I mean, Bonnie's obviously Mother of the Year. I'm Godmother of the Year. Why are you so pro-vaccines? Okay. It's obviously quite a controversial topic at the moment, but why are you pro-vaccines?
Well, mothers and babies are very important to us at Clicks, and we follow the World Health Organization's guidelines regarding the immunization. So that just states that we should vaccinate all children against all major childhood diseases. And so it protects the child, but it doesn't just protect the child, it protects our community. And as a mother, I want to protect my children against anything and everything, and that's why I personally vaccinate.
I mean, it was a complete miracle when penicillin was invented and, of course, all of these other vaccinations. What about the people who choose not to vaccinate their children? I mean, what are they at risk for?
Yeah, well, they're at risk to get those diseases. And if they don't, maybe they won't get it, but or they will get it and they will get it to children or give it to children that has not been vaccinated, maybe too young to receive the vaccination. So they don't just put their own kids at risk, they put other kids at risk as well.
Sure.
Yes.
Wow. And I know, I mean, getting your baby vaccinated can be quite traumatic for babies and moms because some moms just can't handle seeing their babies scream. But, I mean, it's so important to actually have this conversation and reassure moms that this is an important thing to do. And how do moms make sure that they have all the right vaccinations and that they're up to date with their baby's vaccinations?
Yeah, what are they? Like, it's the BCG, and then what other
There's many of them,
are
but I believe there is a clinic card. I mean, I have a clinic card for my baby to check when it is.
Yeah, no, definitely. So at birth, they get a vaccination, and then there's different schedules, but usually they start at 6 weeks, 10 weeks, 14 weeks. They'll get it 6 months, 9 months, and there's a whole schedule, that they just need to follow. So if you're unsure go and phone your clinic assistant. They'll be able to assist
And then
you.
when do you know when they should be there? Is it also to do with weight? Because I think you've got to go in to take your baby to be weighed,
Right.
as well as vaccinated.
Yes.
Why are the weigh-ins so important?
Yes. Well, if the baby is growing well in weight and height and is reaching his milestones, then it's definitely a good indication of overall health. So if there's any problems in any of those areas, it could mean that there's possible health risks later on in life.
Right.
If the baby's overweight or the child's overweight and that weight is not addressed, it could mean that the child could later in life develop diabetes. So definitely go for regular
That's
checkups.
interesting.
Yes.
Now, one thing I've also noticed is in between the vaccines, there's something called boosters. What are the boosters about? What are they?
Well, initially the child will get a vaccination against either whooping cough, diphtheria, tetanus.
Right.
And then they do need, that first initial vaccination won't be sufficient, so they do need to have boosters. So for that specific vaccine, they get it at 6 weeks, 10 weeks, 14 weeks and at 18 months. So one vaccination isn't always enough to cover the baby's, full immunity
Okay,
against
but now
that.
maybe this is a silly question, but now we're giving these tiny babies these vaccinations, which are obviously pretty strong, because we don't need to update them as we are adults. How come adults don't need updates in these vaccinations?
Adults actually do need. Yes.
Oh, do, right?
Yes.
What?
We actually vaccinate children now at 12 years as well. It used to be
Really?
at 5 years. Now we don't do the 5 years. It's 6 years and 12 years. Yes.
6 years and 12 years.
Yes.
Okay, my son just turned 6 and I'll be taking him for the vaccine.
We're going to be back with Celia a little bit later on the show. So if you have any burning questions regarding weigh-ins or vaccinations, please give us a call on, and I'm going to remember the number, 083-913-3728. We'll be right back. Here's Dan.
After the break, right here on Afternoon Express, we're getting cooking something delicious in the kitchen. It's called a croque monsieur, and we're using some award-winning cheese. Also, we're going to be moving from the kitchen to the bathroom. I went out to the streets of Cape Town to find out what irks you about your partner's habits in the bathroom. All that next on Afternoon Express.